Welcome back, folks, to House B's 5v5 quarterfinal playoffs. We have Industrious Gaming on the blue side versus Vanquished on the red side. The current score is 1-1 in this best of three, so this is our final game for both teams. I am your play-by-play caster, Corruptope. Alongside with me still is Decla Base doing some analysis on the champion select with us, and our color caster, Opposin. How are you doing, Decla?
I'm doing okay. Glad Opposin was here to cover for me because, in case you couldn't tell from the end of the game, and as it is now, my voice is currently going out. So thank you very much, Opposin, for covering for me.
Yeah, no problem. Anything to help out any casters. And if we look at the bans really quickly here, Twisted Fate Nautilus Braum on IG side, and Nidalee Dr. Mundo Kog'Maw for Vanquished.
It's definitely a surprise, Vanquish once again taking out the Nidalee and the Kog'Maw. Not really wanting to see that Mundo, though. I can't blame them.
Yeah, the Mundo last game really went off. Really well played there by Fully Anointed throughout the entire game, in my honest opinion. And they didn't take away the Zac like they did last time, so I'm wondering if Gordon Ramsay might decide to pick up the Zac or go for an Evelynn. I don't know what else he has in his champion pool, as I really haven't seen him in the jungle. But on this Vanquish side, they did pick up the Kalista, and they also picked up the Lulu. Two really strong picks in my opinion, because if you go even in lane with both champions, they're gonna really just like take the game by storm.
Yeah, you're right, and they did not ban this Lulu. In Game 1 and Game 2, they did ban Nidalee, Kog'Maw, and Lulu, but looks like they decided to pick it away this round. And looks like we have the Zac once again being prioritized, along with the Lucian versus Kalista. We've been seeing a lot of that as of recent, although that wasn't the case last game. They did have a Caitlyn instead.
One thing though is that the Zac has been heavily contested, but of both games, the team that had Zac lost. So I don't actually know why it's heavily contested among them. I know that Zac is good, okay? I know that it is potentially strong, but neither of these teams have really shown much prowess in it. Yes, a Vanquish used it better than Industrious Gaming did, but not by much.
Yeah, and I think it was Don't Shoot Me just played it a lot better in the early game, but they Vanquished as a team, in my opinion. They couldn't transition into the mid and late game. Trundle, I wouldn't suggest blind picking that, but I'm pretty sure it's just a troll hover. And Lord Merc did grab his Lucian, which he's shown just absolute prowess on in the first game. They did lose it though, but if they can get Lord Merc rolling, or if they get Splash rolling, I feel like this could be a really good game for IG.
Yeah, we do have the Gragas lock-in coming in along with that Trundle, so once again, another strong front line on the side of Vanquish, something they always like to have. So we're going to have to see what IG picks for their mid and top lane.
I can tell you what they're not gonna pick Lulu, because Lulu's already taken, so I guess it works out that they banned it. But I gotta say though, Vanquish has had a really good front line, but that hasn't really stopped their back line from dying.
Yeah, and up until this point, I'd really give the picking to Vanquish, as they picked a double flex with the Trundle and the Lulu, as Lulu can go both mid and top, occasionally in the support, but I don't see 909 picking that up. And the Trundle can also go top and support. So we see on the IG side, they're going to pick up the Zilean, really strong pick, and with an absolutely, in my opinion, a really mechanically gifted AD carry in Merc. Let's see if they can put this comp together, and with a Fiora on the other side.
Yeah, Fiora
I like
going
that.
into that last rotation. Once again, not being prioritized early and using as a counter pick, something we don't often see. She is a very strong champion, as we've seen. Maybe not in this series. She hasn't really had the best track record, losing in game 1, so it all depends on who will they pick. Are they going to flex Lulu mid, or pick their mid lane as a counter pick to the Zilean?
Well, I gotta say though, the thing about the Lulu top lane is that normally you'd think, oh, Lulu's really good, she can bully, but Fiora can bully really well as well. And Lulu's only reliable crowd control early, which is the polymorph, is a projectile that has an audio cue that goes with it. So if you're a good Fiora, you can riposte that with relative ease.
Yeah, and as we see the last pick Lux coming in from Vanquish, this is going to solidify that Dubs is going to be taking the Lulu top. We're going to see Trundle support, And this game, in my opinion, is going to rely on what happens in the early and mid game stages, because I feel like if Don't Shoot Me and Gordon Ramsay get off some ganks mid or top, or even in the bot lane, it could like snowball really hard and become really volatile.
Yep, that's very true. Especially on the side of Vanquished, they need to make sure the Zillion has a little tough of a early game, because as we've seen in mid game with Zillion, those double bombs can really destroy any team that clumps together. And when you have such a heavy frontline team on the side of Vanquish, maybe not too heavy, but there's two big frontliners, they're gonna clump together and they are gonna get Zillion bombed.
Well, keep in mind, though, that both teams, while there are some very minor differences, both teams are fairly similar to the way that the first game teams were, and we didn't see any fighting in the early game or even in the mid game. A lot of it didn't happen until the first towers were already down. The laning lasted so long.
Yeah, and the thing I wanted to touch about on this Gragas pick is that if Don't Shoot Me maybe mispositions his ult, could accidentally throw in like a Fiora or an Alistar or even the Zac, and that could be really detrimental to a team fight if they don't use the right cooldowns or kite away the specific target that was knocked in.
Yeah, that's true. And something to keep track in all three of these games, well, 2 out of 3 of them, IG has been behind in the early game. Game 1, Game 2, and let's see if it goes on to Game 3. Do you guys think with this comp they'll be able to fight back early game and maybe get an early lead of their own?
I would certainly hope so, because this is the third game. They do kind of need to win. So if there's any tricks you want to pull out, like the Zillion mid, this is the time to do it. This is when you need to win. Because at this point, if you lose, you're out.
And also a thing I want to touch about the Zillion mid is, since he's going to be definitely building a lot of AP, his ult late game is on about, I think, a 40-second cooldown without any CDR. And if you put that on the Fiora, and I'm going to assume that Fully Noted is going to go the standard Titanic Black Cleaver build onto Fiora. If he goes in and say he misplays or something like that, or he doesn't focus the right targets, he's going to have the security of that Zillion ult to just go in. Even if he doesn't get what he needs, he'll come back probably full HP and just evaporate the front line.
Definitely. I mean, the thing about the Zillion ult is that at that point in the game, the base cooldown is a minute, right? So having any CDR at all reduces that, but it has a 200% AP ratio. So if you're like full build and you've got like 300 to 400 AP, that's a huge amount of health you get back. That'll easily put you at almost full health, if not full, and that's really dangerous when you already expended a lot to kill a Fiora.
Yeah, it's very true. It is true. Both these team comps actually fairly interesting. I really like them both. Would you oppose them? Do you think it leans toward one or the other?
I feel like if IG gets the right initiations and with the speed up onto like an Alistar or onto the Fiora, I feel like they could really take the game. They can solidify their win in the mid game, but if they play team fights really poorly, I feel like with the shields and just the general healing from Vanquished, they could definitely pick up some team fights.
Yeah, I will say that there's definitely there's a lot of engaged potential coming out from IG, but I gotta give it to both teams for taking a lot of peel for both of their major carries, and more importantly, Vanquished once again taking this kind of backpedaling team comp. They definitely don't want to stay in an engage they don't like, and they can take advantage of one that they do.
Looks like with no time left, we'll be going ahead and going into the loading screen, folks. Stay tuned. We'll be on the Rift in a bit. Welcome back, folks, to IG versus Vanquished and House Party's 5v5 Premier League quarterfinal playoffs. I am your play-by-play caster for today's game, Corrupt Hope, and alongside with me is my color caster, Opposin. How are you doing, Opposin?
I'm doing great. Covering for Deck, and hopefully we're gonna get a really good game right now. They're tied 1-1, so I feel like although these players across the board are very mechanically skilled, it's gonna come down to the team fights and the rotations and the objectives control that are really gonna dictate the pace of this game.
Yeah, it's very true. As we've seen, Vanquished has had a lot stronger objective control consistently throughout these games, although they did throw game 2 quite hard. Looks like both teams are making a line. Don't shoot me. Pushing it just a little bit is going to take a little damage for his vision.
Yeah, and trading, say, like 100 to 150 health isn't that bad. It might damper his jungle clear a little bit, but with Gragas, with his built-in sustain on his passive, he should be perfectly fine. And to get that vision down, now they're gonna know that IG is starting on the blue side, on the top side, so that means the bot lane's standard here, they're both gonna take the camp.
True, I'd hopefully like to see some early ganks from these junglers. In both previous games, we did not see too many early ganks. Both mid laners just trading some abilities to each other. And not too much happening. Both bot lanes and taking their golem camp for that early level 2 as both top laners help their jungle. Quite a symmetrical map, wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, definitely. And an interesting thing is 909-101 took the Gromp there, so he's gonna get the gold. He's gonna hit the level 2 first, as opposed to on the other side, Lord of Merc did pick up the full XP and the gold from the Krug. So let's see if that'll make a difference in lane, but I don't expect too much from both of these teams.
Ooh, a little BM right there. These are the quarterfinal playoffs, Opposin. You gotta get hyped. Looks like some trading in the bot lane. Not too much happening right now.
Yeah, and the thing is, in like high pressure situations like this, you're either gonna want to play it, take it slowly, get small CS leads, ward up, get the fights you'll win, or two, it's gonna be a complete cheese fest where they're gonna go for like 20-30 kills at like 40 to like 30 minutes. It's just gonna be on what the teams want to do since they have everything on the line right now.
That is true. Fiora getting poked quite heavily in the top lane. She does have 2 Corrupting Potion blasts left, so she should be fine. Bot lane going fairly normal. Trundle taking in a lot of damage though, and both junglers still haven't done their second buff, while Zac is taking this Scuttle Crab fairly close to Gragas, but it looks like a fairly plain early game so far.
Yeah, and I really want to see what the junglers and the supports do come maybe like 5 to 10 minutes into this game, because I feel like vision is going to be a huge thing, especially in this tournament setting, because if you have the vision, if you have the right vision setup, it'll lead to either A, kills, which could lead to objectives, or B, it just leads to plain objectives, which could lead to a team fight, and through that, kills.
Yeah, very true, man. This is just quite the boring early game so far. Neither jungle looking for a gank, but it looks like Zac is actually coming in on this bot lane, and they got the fight they wanted. There's the pulverize onto Barty Sander. He's getting hit very low. He might even lose this without Zac even being there. There's the ignite. He will fall. Grax is here now, but he cannot save. 909-101. Will he be able to flash over? He does, just barely surviving. And first blood going over to Prez V2 on the side of Industrious Gaming.
And what I like from that is that Perez did take the ignite while 909 took the exhaust, and really well played that by Perez. He ignited first before Barty Sanders got to heal there, so the ignite there just nullified his heal, and really clean first blood there from IG.
Very true. Fully noted, being shoved to his turret. Those Thunderlord procs, they add up, and he's completely out of health, out of corruption class. He will have to go B. Well, Lulu sitting on those nice 2 health potions, hasn't even taken an ounce of damage.
Yeah, and Lulu's going to get the back here and not even going to have to expend the TP. It looks like Noided isn't going to use the TP, which I think he lost maybe 3 to 4 creeps there. Not too great in his position. He is in this Lulu lane, which we mentioned in Champ Select that it was going to get bullied. And we did mention that Fiora does have bullying tools, but doesn't seem to be showing up right now.
Yeah, that's very true, and not too much happening. Lulu with that 10 CS lead in the top lane. Other lanes are fairly even, except for bot lane. Khalees is actually quite a bit far behind, and that is a full wave being pushed into the turret to extenuate even how much farther she's behind. Lucian returning with that BF sword. And what are your thoughts about the junglers of these games right now?
Standard, to be honest, to be kind of expected. You know, they're trying to put down pressure where they know that they can get pressure. They're not going for something cheesy. They're going for, you know, if we go in here, we're definitely going to get a kill, or we could force an objective, or a turret. And with the bot lane gank, even though Gordon Ramsay didn't grab an assist, they still managed to secure the kill. And BF sword into double daggers, even you don't have to play AD carry to know that it's just going to be a rough matchup there for Barty.
Yeah, don't shoot me. Going in onto the top lane has got some damage on opposing. He does parry that barrel, and Prez going in catches the Q on Trundle. He splits super far, but the AD carries are trading their damage. The pillar won't do much except slow Lucian down a bit. And now fully noited, taking out that pink ward in the top tri bush. But not too much happening. But Zach, he's in position for the dive onto this bot lane. And neither of them have any summoners whatsoever. This is very dangerous once this wave gets in. It's stacked, it's coming, and here comes Zach. He charges up the jump. It hits Barty Sanders. There's the Alistar combo. And once again, falling in the bot lane. And now Trundle is the one in trouble as Zillion comes in. He has ult, so he can make sure no one dies, even if they dive too hard. And that's a double kill going toward Lucian. Exactly who you want to have that gold.
Yeah, and exactly what I was talking about in the early game. If Merc, or in Champ Select, if Merc gets ahead with this Zillion, he's going to be able to, have the opportunity to just play really aggressive and not have to worry too much, because he's going to have the speed up, which at rank 5 is a 99% move speed buff, and he's going to have the insurance of the Zillion ult if he does, say, get out of position. And really well played there by Prez and Gordon Ramsay to know that the gank could happen. They didn't have any sums, and it was basically a free gank.
Yeah, and IG switching it up. They're the ones who want to take the dragon this time. The Lux ult will not steal it, and they will be able to secure this dragon. It looks like Zach was killed by the Lux ult though, so his passive did go off. They took it very late, and they will be able to get out. Zillion did zone away Lux, so she wasn't able to pressure some more. Mid lane going fairly even. Looks like Graga skanked in the top lane and forced Fiora back. She barely got out of there. And other than that, not too much.
Yeah, really unfortunate there for Don't Shoot Me. He tried to flash or body slam into Flash, but I think what he did is he was in the, I guess, animation for the body slam. He flashed, and he just ended up either short. The animation ended before he hit fully noted there.
Prez taking some damage in the bot lane, got a little unit collision on that pillar, but now Barty Sanders is the one in trouble. He takes a full culling. Fully Noited is already here, and this bot lane from Vanquished just isn't going too well. Already 0-4, and now Trundle's the one being chased. Looks like they might not be able to catch him, but Prez will have combo fairly soon. Zillion's going in. That pillar will be the thing that saves his life, but now there's a fresh blue buff to take. But now, two members of Vanquished are pushing down the inner turret of the top lane.
Yeah, and another kill there for Merc. The TP kind of wasted there from Fully Noited, but the pressure was exerted, so I wouldn't call it a complete loss. They're going to pick up this blue buff for the troubles. They're going to get another kill onto Merc, like I mentioned before. And Barty Sanders in this situation, what is he going to do? He's 0-3. He's got a recurve bow compared to Merc, who I believe is sitting on about 600 gold, so he could buy the what's it called, the crit cloak soon, and it's just gonna be a disaster for Barty Sanders if he doesn't get something going.
Yeah, just looking at these items, you have a BF sword and a Caulfield's hammer on Lord Merc to a recurve bow with a longsword on the side of Barty Sanders. Like, they just can't win a single fight right now. They're so behind in this bot lane.
Yeah, and although none of the other lanes, especially fully anointed here, he's kind of been the scapegoat for this IG lineup, as he's been taking all the pressure from Lulu. He got ganked by Don't Shoot Me, but yet he hasn't died, which I have to, and in all honesty, I have to respect, because when you get pressured this hard in lane, you haven't given up a kill, and you're allowing your team to pick up more things around the map because the jungler is forced to go top to try to get something back. It's just very well played by IG.
Now Greg is sitting in this, but she does come over, but he ease over. It's too late. They're already diving. They had no idea, and Lord Merc has picked up the kill, but Don't Shoot Me is here. But also Gordon Ramsay will be able to save him. There comes the jump. Trundle is not going to be in trouble because Lord Merc would rather have that pink ward, although he didn't have any mana to finish the kill anyway. But another great play on the side of Industrious Gaming.
Yeah, and I really don't know what to do. Well, if I was on this Vanquished team, I really wouldn't know what to do, because Barty's 0-4. You're gonna need to get another lane ahead. If it's Achilles or it's Dubs, you know, you have to get something out of this, because Merc right now, he's 4-0-1. He's backing right now with about 1.5k. He's gonna pick up the Essence Reaver, and that 10% flat cooldown, along with the crit, along with the big AD, is gonna allow him to do a lot of things.
Yeah, and that mana regen will just allow him spamming his spells in fights, getting his E up even faster. Just looking at this, and mid lane has just been so passive. They're building the same items. They literally have the exact same items right now. Close to the same. See, Zillion is a bit above, but they're just so passive. Neither of them have roamed to any other lane.
Yeah, and I did expect some pressure from these junglers, but I honestly expected some more coming out of Don't Shoot Me, because I feel like Gragas maybe could do a lot more in the early game, because
But
he
now
has the
Dubs
slow.
is the one in trouble. Alistair with the headbutt. Lord Merc is here and he's fed. Dubs goes ahead and pops his ultimate, throws the Q, and he will be able to get away from this bot lane gank.
Yeah, and this is something you don't want to do as Vanquished. Smart play by IG2. They know they got the turret bot, so what they're gonna do is they're gonna rotate their top laner bot and their bot lane top. So now Lord Merc can release his pressure onto Dubs and onto Don't Shoot Me, and they're gonna pick up this Rift Herald, which is gonna help their push even more.
Yes, he will release all his pressure onto Dubs as Dubs picks up that Roa, and there will be the Rift Herald going over to IG. They go ahead and put it on Lucian, and they want to push down this top lane turret. I'm very surprised they aren't rotating for the mid lane turret. Maybe they're afraid of Lux's wave clear, or maybe they just want Fiora to get some more farm. But yeah, you're right. I really want to see Don't Shoot Me actually do something, and it looks like he will. Completely missing the flashy. He throws the ultimate. I think that missed too. So does the Q. Splash Chronomical dodge every single ability, and Gragas has to be tilted because I definitely am.
Yeah, that was an interesting play, to say the least. He did the same thing top. I mean, if you're just gonna not land the skills that you need to, I really don't know what you're gonna do if you're Don't Shoot Me right now. They're gonna trade a little bit of damage, they're gonna grab the top lane turret and extend to about a 3k gold lead right now, which at 13 minutes is, in my opinion, sort of significant.
Yeah, Gordon Ramsay engaging onto Don't Shoot Me. There is the damage, there is the slow splash taking a turret. Does not have his double bomb up apparently. Unfortunate, could have got a lot of damage down. And now, whoa, but throwing that double bomb onto Lux Divining will catch Alistair. Nothing too crazy happening, except for the fact that 4 members, actually all 5 members have grouped for this mid lane turret. They're systematically taking down every outer turret in this game, and mid is on the chalking block.
Yeah, and as we saw, this is in all honesty, a huge improvement from IG from last game's early game. As in the early game, they were, I think, like 3 turrets to nothing, 3 dragons to nothing, and if you check this game, it's a complete 180. They're 5 kills up, 3k gold lead, a turret ahead, and a dragon, and dragon is up right now, and they're just gonna secure that.
Yeah, and we talked about that in Champ Select about how IG always was losing the early game, or always a bit behind, and you know, this game they really turned it over. They're getting objectives, they're focusing really hard, they're making proactive plays, they're doing everything they need to do. It almost looks like they were just hustling the first and second game.
Yeah, and they're gonna try to take down this final auto turret, but Vanquish has just so much wave clear between the Lux, the Glitter Lance, and the barrel plus the runic echoes from Gragas. So it's gonna be maybe another 2 to 3 minutes before they actually get this turret down, and he is gonna be farming in the bot lane. So hopefully they can try to pull something together if they want to win this game.
Yeah, trying to get Kalista that vital farm he needs. Then same with Fiora, she's getting a lot of farm as Lulu is stuck wave clearing in this mid lane. Aren't able to push down this turret, but it's just the gold distribution I think is leaning definitely on the side of IG with their 3k gold lead already.
Yeah, and they're just showing they know what to do with their advantage. I really like this pickup by Prez. He's gonna pick up the distortions, which will allow him to, flash pulverize or flash combo more often. And they want to make these plays, and Achilles is just so afraid that he flashes out.
With a questionable play, will get double bomb. Slash Monko is now the one in trouble, but can I just go ahead and go back to that? Achilles, what in the world was that? Definitely some high quality LCS plays coming on out as Fiora shoves in to the top inner turret.
Yeah, and I mean, sure, that was an interesting flash.
Dubs taking in heavy damage. There is the gank by Gordon Ramsay. There's the ult. Dubs finally able to throw it down, but Fiora pops the ultimate, but Dubs also flashes along with Fiora, and now 2 vitals are down. There's only 2 more, but they might not even need it. Dubs will fall. There's the healing circle, and now 9091 is the one caught out. He will also fall, and that's 2 members on the side of Vanquished, both falling in their own jungle.
Yeah, and if you were in Vanquish's shoes right now, what do you do from here? Your bot lane is 0-4. The enemy team has complete control of the jungle. They're gonna look to grab an inner turret here, but like, what do you do right now? Do you try to get a gold? Do you try to team fight? Do you fight at a turret? Just, I don't know.
Definitely their only chance is to get a really good team fight with a Lux catch, or definitely fight out your turret. With Lulu, you were hoping that your AD carry would become this hyper carry, but set so far behind, Lord Merksby will be bad. Gragas not even going in on it, even though Lucian had no support besides Zac in the mid lane, and now they're just ward clearing, trying to pick up whatever scraps they can.
Yeah, and what I want to see from this Industrious Gaming lineup is they should be pushing up their vision a little more. Sure, their vision right now is, I guess, decent in a sense. They're going to pick up another Rift Herald and then maybe rotate top again, or not even top. They're probably going to rotate bot or mid, grab another inner turret, get some more wards down probably, and just try to get the kills that they can.
Yeah, this is looking very tough on the side of Vanquished after such a strong game 1 and game 2. They're just getting almost destroyed with the 7-0 scoreline by IG. Like, Alistar's just gonna go ahead and try to clear all these spooky Kalista ghosts. Not too much action happening here. Baron is spawning in 1:13, the 20-minute spawn, and honestly, I think IG can do it.
Yeah, being this ahead, they just have to make sure that they have the correct wards, make sure that maybe they get a pick.
Prez pops the ult, that is the combo onto Don't Shoot Me, and there is a vital proc, fully already getting ulted away. Nice Holograx will chase over, and now Achilles is the one in trouble, but fully noted, a little bit overextended, will not be punished. Lulu's nowhere to be found, neither is Zac though, and they have lost this 4v4 in a sense. They have kept onto their turret, but Don't Shoot Me gonna have to go ahead and back off to base.
Yeah, and you see they tried to get something there, but fully noted, he isn't Merc, the guy with 4 kills, but he was going in 1v2, and he almost picked up Don't Shoot Me there, so things are getting tougher and tougher for this Vanquished.
9091 with a nice pillar and a nice combo by Lux is the double kill, but Zillion will deny one splash. Now getting away since Trundle ulted the wrong way out of Kalistal, and now Prez is the one caught out by this Lulu who will chase him. I'm not sure if he'll be able to get away. He's not running straight to his turret, but it looks like they will half drop chase. Dubs hesitated right there. Gordon Ramsay's going in on this blue buff, but now he's the one overextended. Barty Sanders is starting to stack those spears. He pops the ultimate, but now Fully Anointed is here, fully heals up. And Barty Sanders, he has those ults, but it's not enough. He's just not strong enough. Don't Shoot Me is going to be going safe to safety. He will barely live from that Zillion Bomb with that Luck Shield, but now Dubs is the one in trouble. A nice ultimate by Gragas, but there's the double bomb. Bomb delivery system, and Don't Shoot Me is afraid, but here comes Gordon Ramsay. Now Barty Sanders is the one in trouble. Gordon Ramsay will barely live, but now Fully Anointed is in trouble, but Zillion's just saving everyone in this game, and after a long drawn-out fight, it looks like Industrious Gaming will be able to take this inner turret.
Yeah, and you know, if you're a Vanquished fan, you got your hopes up there. You know, they popped the Lucian, they got the ult from the Zillion, and you know, it was looking like a really good team fight. Then when Barty Sanders used the Fate's Call, just a miscommunication there from 909 and Vanquished as a whole, because they could have gotten Splashonomical there if they used the ult in the correct way and focused the same target. They turned that, in a sense, lost fight to a one-team fight, and they're going to pick up a dragon for their troubles.
Yeah, that is the third dragon coming out on the side of IG as this lead gets even bigger, almost at an 8k gold lead. Vanquish only has one turret, and Barty is just so far behind. 0-4-0, Lulu 0-2-0, and Trundle 0-3-1. It's not looking too good for them right now.
Yeah, and the only kill that they got is gonna go on to the Gragas, you know, not the optimal person. You want that one kill, you know, the one, I guess, saving grace on. And Flash did get caught out there, but he's still 4-1-1. He's got about 2.6k gold lead on Barty Sanders. And even though they only lost one, they can just keep on pressuring the map.
And something I want to point out that a fan in Twitch chat noticed was, now that I think about it, Zillion ulted twice that fight. Once to save his teammate from the Lux ult combo, and another to save Fiora from diving. And ulting twice in one team fight as Zillion, that must be so frustrating on the side of Vanquished.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those, I guess, tilting factors, just like, in a sense, Don't Shoot Me's ult, but
and
909
101, he's caught out. He will flash. That is the Fiora ult going down, but now Barty Sanders is the one that's caught. He did escape the bomb, but he's just so slow. His team will have save him, but now Gordon Ramsay has the flank, but he's a tiny squirrel, and he's big again, and he is angry. There's the combo from Perez, 90911, getting double bombed, getting stunned, and they will be able to back off to safety.
Yeah, and if it wasn't for the Trundle ult along with just the Lulu utility, 909-101 would have been a goner there. And they're looking to get some more in the jungle. Not going to pick up any kills, but they're going to pick up this red buff.
Ooh, Greg is almost stealing it away. Has not, and just everything they have is being taken away from them. That was overall a decent team fight for them. They didn't lose anyone, and they went even in the fight, which overall is good for a losing team. But it's just a struggle. I'm wondering how they will be able to win this fight against just that Zillion, the Lucian, Fiora, the Zac. They're all so tanky and they do so much damage.
Yeah, and Flash isn't even level 16, which is what I mentioned about the 40-second base cooldown on the Zillion ult. He's sitting on about what's going to be 40% cooldown with this blue buff, so it's going to be like a 20-ish second cooldown. Actually like a 30-ish second cooldown onto the a revive, which is going to bring someone back to full HP, and they're trying to start up the Baron.
They did not clear all the wards. I'm wondering if the pink ward, I don't think it's in range for the last ward in the end, but now Barty Sanders, he's in trouble. He has the spears, but Fully Anointed has the Q, and going down, Kalistas, I don't know why he's splitting, just trying to get some farm, and he will pay dearly for it, as now 4 members of IG are looking to push down this mid turret, but they got Trundle again, and they want a fight. Splash in the middle, dodges the Lux Snare. Grag Assault coming on down for the disengage, and that's just not something you want to use for someone who shouldn't be getting caught in the first place. And now Gordon Ramsay once again going in, bursting, has all of his blobs just to heal up, and looking for a bottom rotation and a blue buff.
Yeah, and I really like what IG is doing. They're slowly starving out Vanquished here. They're taking their jungle. They're pushing up their vision. So if Vanquish wants to go in and get some vision, you know, they do it at the risk of, oh, I might give up another kill, which could lead to an objective or something. And we saw Fully Anointed there. He just completely destroyed Barty Sanders. So even though he wasn't the star of the show to say, he definitely is showing his presence. And Vanquished, I really don't know what they're gonna do in these next like 5 to 10 minutes.
Yeah, their only win chance right now is getting a really good Lux combo along with, I guess, possibly ulting Lucian or Zilean backwards. But even if you catch one person, Zilean is just gonna save them. So it's definitely a 90-degree road they have to climb up. And don't shoot me, just getting bursted real fast and Fully Anointed popping back out, reaching that late game Fiora that's just so mobile and so bursty.
Yeah, and you need to get some vision on this Vanquished team. You know, just put out the wards, even if they're like really high up on your jungle. You know, you just need to get the basic vision down so you don't run into an isolated area and get caught out. And they're going for another Baron start here.
Like, they will immediately back off. They started it without 2 members. No idea why you would even bother with that when you know the members of Vanquished are right there. But regardless, they still have a fairly strong 10k gold lead. Dragon is spawning in 35 seconds. And you know, the real question is, Opposing, is what do you think the end game timer is going to be?
If I was going to give an actual estimate, I'm going to leave this game at 34 minutes, because I feel like if IG gets a really good team fight where, I'm not saying they have to ace them, but if they take out, you know, they take out Barty Sanders and Achilles, it's definitely going to spill game over for Vanquished.
Very true. 7-minute timer. Let's see how it goes for them. They have the strength, they're just not completely using it. They aren't able to break these inhib turrets. But Lulu in the bot lane, clearing out the wave. She does have teleport. They do choose to Baron, but Trundle once again very far. And they're actually starting the Baron. What in the world? That's a risky play and very ballsy, as they know. And look, don't shoot me, getting hit to 30% for starting the Baron for no reason. Kalista wasn't even over the wall. I have no idea why you're doing this play. Seems that Vanquished is just making more and more tilt plays.
Yeah, that was a weird call. IG is going to pick up a dragon for their troubles there. And, you know, even though they don't really need Aspect as a winning condition, it's there on the table if they want to take it. It's going to spawn in about 6 more minutes, so about 34-ish, which is, you know, the time I happen to predict when the game will end. So let's see what IG is going to do on this map, and let's see what Vanquish can do to try to retaliate.
There's not much Vanquish to do right now, that is for sure. With only 1 kill on their jungler, they completely lost early and mid game. As you know, as much as we've been talking about it, this is just Vanquished is on life support right now. That's how I would describe this game. I guess it depends on the Baron. It looks like IG doesn't want to throw at Baron, so they might just be waiting for this 5th dragon. But they can vision clear it, and they can start it if they truly wanted to.
Yeah, and a low battery life support at that, you know, they're gonna need to hope for a miracle fight, whether it be at Baron, whether it be at, you know, an inhibitor turret or the Nexus turret. But they're gonna start up the Baron once again here.
Yeah, that is going to be a lot of damage going onto it. Zilean cannot help. He will be zoning instead, as he does not have a lot of damage put on Baron regardless. But Gordon Ramsay decides he's going to go over and engage. That's very questionable. Don't know about these high-quality LCS plays, as Prez took a lot of damage, but he does Splash in the middle of their team with the bomb, but he will get snared. Barty Sanders getting us some nice spears in, but Splash is on the side. Is this the double bomb? And it will not connect. But Lord Merc doing a lot of damage. Will be also back by Gragas. President E2 will fall, and now Don't Shoot Me's in trouble, but Barty Sanders will die. Trundle was picked up by him, but his host did die mid-flight, and now 9091 is the one in trouble. As Lord Merc is doing so much damage. There's a speeder from Zane, but now Fiora's been slip pushing this bot lane as Dubs had to go back to heal. Fully Anointed taking a lot of damage, but will be safe as Dubs can't follow up on this, and he will, and he's gonna get punished for it. Gordon Ramsay with a huge pop. It will connect. He will have to flash out. Ramsay getting hit super low, but the Zillion ult is on him. Doesn't even need to be because he's so tanky. He's fine for quite a bit, and they look for this bottom inhibitor.
Yeah, and that whole fight, Fully Anointed was just pushing by it, and Dubs, yeah, he did bully the Fiora early, but now that Anointed has a couple kills under his belt, he's well farmed, he's bullying the Lulu, so sort of payback in a sense. And, I mean, this is basically IG's game to lose at this point. I don't really think any team fighter, or even at an objective throw, will lose IG this game.
Yeah, it's kind of tough because they can't kill a single person. Zillion's just gonna revive them, and then in probably 30 to 40 seconds he can revive someone else. It's quite a lost cause for them, not gonna lie. Barty Sanders got set so far behind as IG looks to get this Baron again.
Yeah, and they just keep using the Baron as a bait tool because they know that Vanquished is gonna have to, they're gonna have to answer with vision or wards, and that's slowly but surely feeding them gold. And I know it might be like, you're not really intentionally feeding them gold, but if you think about it, that's 30 gold a ward. And let's say they placed about 10 wards. That's 300 gold. That's a kill in just clearing out wards. So, well played by IG there to just keep controlling this vision, and like I said, it's their game to lose at this point.
Well, vision is a very strong factor, so I think in the end the word gold made a very small difference to the plays. But now Gordon Ramsay going in for the 8, catches Barty exactly. There's all on Splash. He's coming in with the double bomb. It does connect. Barty Sanders will fall, and now 909101. I'm saying his full name, and he's gonna die too. Achilles caught out to Wheel Flash. Don't shoot me there. Dubs still at Nexus. Fiora already pushing the next turret. Gordon Ramsay will be snared, but Lord Mark is pushing in, and Fiora with the flank will not be able to proc the last battle. Under Gragas, just kidding. He will, and now Dubs is the one to fall, and all 5 members of Vanquished have fallen, and it looks like IG will be taking the 3rd game of this series and advancing from quarterfinals.
Yeah, really well played series there by IG. Like I said in the mid game, a complete 180 from their last early game, to say the least.
Yeah, definitely a great